hope you're ready for some great West Coast swing patterns. These are some of our fun patterns that we like to do. We're going to start with a pattern that really a lot of people do different ways. So we're going to give you our way. It's kind of clean, kind of easy to do socially. The movement that we're going to do is called a wrist slip. Actually, it's called a wrist slip, but we're going to start from an underarm turn to set it up, okay? Something kind of easy for the guys. They're going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. Well, maybe not. Maybe they'll only do a half a turn, okay? But they could do whatever they'd like to do. 1, 2, 3, 5. If it was Mario, he would still be spinning. So you never know what it'll be. But we're going to get to right. And if you really want to do it just like this, that's okay too. But the idea of the wrist slip is that we're going to catch left over right, and we're going to go into a 6-count pattern that looks like this. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. And it can repeat. 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. Now, it's one of those moves that adds an extra turn for her and looks kind of impossible. And we're going to also show you how to carry it on. But the movement revolves around being able to do what we call a wrist slip. And in a wrist slip, and if you kind of come up close a little bit on the hands, there's a lot of different ways to do this, but I've found the easiest way to really get speed out of this move is to consider that it's a turn off the right hand, and it's just that. It's just an outside turn with the right hand. That's the whole move. Don't worry about the other hand so much. So think of it as a right-handed turn. Then the left hand just gets in the way. That's all it does. So what we're going to do is turn the lady with the right hand and take the left hand, which makes kind of a little pocket. And we're going to take that little pocket right there at the wrist and cut right through and pick up the hand again. So if you leave it around the wrist and cut through the pocket, it's very, very easy to maintain contact. A lot of times people see this move and they kind of go, I got it. Right, and their hands are just sort of up top, just fumbling for it. So the whole idea is the lady shouldn't have to fumble for anything. It's a right turn completely. And this other hand gets in the way and we break through. Now what the lady has to remember is that she has to maintain framework through the right hand, but she has to keep connection with the left. That's all she has to remember. So, which they normally will do this if they have good connections anyway. When you come through to this spot, as you break through the fingertips, the lady actually will keep resistance against her own wrist. So there's a little bit of pressure against her own wrist that slides to your hand. Sometimes when you try this, the ladies feel this wrist break and they just let the hand go, and then you have to catch for it. That doesn't work as well, okay? Especially if we're doing more than one. And we can take this, for instance, in 8 counts with a little triple turn. 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Her weight gets back onto her left foot. If not, you fudge. And then we can do the move again. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Walk 1. Piece of cake. However you get out of it is however you want. Okay, spin them, fake it, however. Ladies, you might end up doing an and 1 at the end of 8, because if you've done 2 triples, you'll be on the wrong foot. But you'll figure that one out. Again, guys, one more time, just make sure probably your easiest way is a single underarm turn. Pick up that hand, reach left over right. And if you're doing the 6-count pattern, she doesn't know it's more than 1. She always just assumes 6 counts. So she's assuming 6 counts. If you do more than 1, it just requires a little more off the top so that she knows you're traveling with it. And I just kind of keep her going. And it could be as many as you want. And then she's going to fudge. And we get a 1, 2. And toss her out. Piece of cake. Next pattern we're going to give you is a couple of whip patterns. These are really kind of cool because they're very leadable socially. First one's a whip to a neck wrap. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, wrap her up, 7, and 8. From here, this is kind of a standard position. We're going to go into a twist move, and we'll give her a 1, 2 to get going. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, and you can twist as long as you like. You can twist till the song ends. You can twist until you remember what the heck the next move is other than a sugar push. But either way, the idea is that you can twist out of that move and it's very leadable. So all we did, we went through 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Usually, guys, I'm actually going to switch so that I'm going to be on the wrong foot here. You don't have to be, all right? You can take this move with a back step on your left like normal. However, if your feet are apart, it's easy to take a right-footed lead, 1. Then let her step on count 2, and she hits the end of the spring 2, and she snaps towards you. and 3. Now when you go into a twist movement, you just kind of let it twist and she'll keep twisting with you. Piece of cake. So, and we also did this a little differently. I'm going to do it with a little duck under. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5. Actually here by 5, I'm going to keep the hand right near her neck so she knows that it's this particular move, 5. Then as she turns 6, I keep the hand there, 7 and 8, which will kind of signal her she ought to duck or she's going to strangle. Then she comes out with the same move. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the duck under series, 1, 2, 3, and 4. The hand at the neck kind of signals that duck. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, as many as you want. Okay, we also kind of have put together some, I want to say tricks, but they're not really tricks. They're kind of fun moves, momentum moves. And so we're going to add a few of those. One is just a simple whip pattern with a kind of a runaround movement. And I'm going to call it a runaround, but we're trying not to make it look like you're running. Here's what it looks like. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. All right, very simple. I like to take it out with a ronde and a rock step. Okay, just kind of a stylish thing for the guys to do. And ladies, it's a nice little fast pattern. So we have 1, 2. It doesn't matter how many counts you use, just walk her around. When you think you're done or you're facing front, hit the ronde, tuck turn, takes it out. Now, one little secret about this runaround, and it's going to be the same for all the patterns we do. The man needs to kind of keep his right foot in the same place. Lots of times when you run, we see him literally run. Okay? So I hate to call something a runaround when you're just running. The idea is that she's kind of running, but she's going to keep most of her weight into her right foot. The man's going to keep most of his weight into his right foot and sort of paddle it around. Notice that our inside feet don't do as much work as the outside feet. Okay? It makes life easier instead of running around. Now we're going to take it a little farther. And really, some of these movements, the lady decides what she's doing, not the guy. The guy doesn't lead and go, attitude, up, okay? Because this next move is going to be an attitude movement. The lady can decide to do this out of a whip. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And if she feels me starting that runaround, she can place the weight on her right foot and bring the left foot up in attitude, either holding on or not, either with the hand out or holding on in closed dance position. From here, all we have to do is take the lady out and she'll rock back for the movement. And we're going to make it a little bit faster and let her go into attitude, bring the foot around, and then we'll see what happens. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5. She sweeps the foot around, picks up some speed, and rock steps. Okay, so what the lady's actually doing here is going from an attitude position, sweeping from the hip, taking the leg around. Now, as we do it, she either takes the leg down, or as we see in the next one, she'll actually plie and ride it around. 1, 2, 3, and 4, up and around, and she rides it around a little bit, rock her out. And when you get really slick, she takes it down with her foot straight out. We call this a skater's ride that we kind of developed to look like ice skating. And we found a lot of people doing the move right now, which is kind of fun. So it goes from attitude, 1, 2, 3, and up. She swings it around. I usually take it with one foot if I can. Depends on how slippery the floor is. So you'll find if you get the motion going and you get the momentum going, you can actually pick up the 1 foot, guys. It's kind of tough. But if she really gets that circle going, her momentum will carry her around. So watch. 1, 2, 3, and 4, up 5. She sweeps it around, pick up 1 foot, rock her back, and we're out. Those take some practice, and I think the easiest one to practice is just let her hit that attitude position and then just swing it around and sort of walk, right, just so you get the idea of speed, because literally there's a lot of speed. I'm out of breath. That was a lot of stuff. Well, we hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember, take some time to practice, watch the tape, rewind it. Somehow we look the same as you rewind it and try it again, so good luck. Okay, we're going to switch this a little bit. I'm going to have Lisa be the guy. Yeah, and so I can go over a little bit about what the lady's doing, just so that you get the idea, ladies, that this has a lot of momentum when you get it. When you come through that whip pattern, 1, 2, 3, and 4. When you go up into attitude, it's one thing to just hit the attitude and let him run you around. But the minute that leg sweeps through, and if you take a little ronde to the side, it creates a lot of momentum. So when you're here, go ahead and run me around, and then we sweep, it'll take it around fast. Sweep you around. You should make a good guy. That's pretty good. So notice the speed. If she takes her time and then hits that momentum, it goes around kind of fast. 1, 2, 3, and up. Take that ronde, and then you get speed and rock it out. Okay, so it's kind of a practice thing, and you'll try it. Your legs are going to get all caught up. You'll fall down on the floor. You'll curse us a couple times and get up and try it again. So remember, these do take a lot of practice, so we hope that you take some time, rewind it, try it kind of slowly. If you fall over a couple times, well, we're not there to laugh at you, so either way, you're going to have a good time with it. So we hope you enjoyed those moves.